The talk for public education is on a seesaw. Senators today rising out of the committee of the whole and back into emergency session this morning. On one side, some lawmakers wanting to give the Guam Department of Education a bit of leeway. And on the other, their colleagues are not letting go of their decision to stick with the health inspection timeframe under public law. The first 2 days of discussion between Guam DOE and the Department of Public Health yielding bipartisan legislation that would allow GDOE students to return to face-to-face learning with exceptions, a stark contrast to the body's unanimous vote that led them to the situation they are in today. Senators Frank Bloss Jr. and Dwayne Nicholas both gaining enough support to get their bills 158 and 159 respectively on the emergency session agenda.
To authorize the operation of Guam Public Schools that are awaiting inspection for school year 2023 and 2024.
Let's move the time frame, okay, to the next school year. You're not going to sit on your laurels. You're not going to sit back and say, "Oh, we got another year. We're going to do this." No, we want you to be able to provide a monthly report on the progress and the challenges that you are going to that you may be facing, to be able to meet that.
The minority leader making it clear that this bill still holds Guam DOE accountable, but factors in the impacts left behind by Typhoon Mawar. It's the logistical and operational nightmare GDOE and Public Health say they are facing in their efforts to reopen schools. But the bill's making it on the agenda not without pushback from the author of Public Law 37-4 and Oversight Chair in Education, Senator Chris Barnett. Barnett criticizing his colleagues for what he says is contradictory legislation, asking how his fellow senators could advocate for safe and clean schools, but send students back to campuses that are deemed unready for them.
So this idea that we're going to pass these bills that contradict each other and leave it on the desk of the governor and let her decide who she dislikes less, whose bill will get vetoed, whose bill will get signed. Pure politics is what I see here. It was disappointing that we agreed unanimously that our kids deserve to go to clean, safe schools now, not next year. And frankly, it looks like Adelup got to some people, and I'm just shocked and surprised that it was my Republican colleagues.
As of late Wednesday afternoon, Adelup had not responded to KUAM's request for comment to Barnett's statements made on the floor. GOP Senator Tello Taitagui, however, quickly firing back at Barnett's comments, eliciting a heated exchange between the two.
Let's make one thing very, very, very clear here. There's not one senator in this body does not care for the safety and welfare of our school children. Not one person. And then if anyone says anything differently, shame on them, because they're lying to push their own agenda.
Objection, Madam Speaker. If we cared about our kids, we'd send them to
Excuse
schools
me,
that are
sir.
safe.
Taitagui doubling down that Bill 159, along with 158, 156, 91, and 140, is the solution forward, deeming Public Law 37 as flawed.
Throwing the hammer down and being stubborn and not finding any other kind of solution? That's not the way to move forward. That's not the way to help our children. That's why we're in an emergency session right now, to make those amendments to the law that we passed recently, 37-4. That's why we're here today, and that's why we're here, asking this body to support Bill 159-37, because we found another solution to help our children.
Speaker Therese Terlahi challenging the proposed solution, weary of solely relying on the judgment of GDOE superintendent that schools are safe. The speaker adding that she does not want to wait until next year when GDOE's federal dollars expire to hear the excuse nothing could be done without the proper funds available.
If we cannot open these schools enough for the students on August 23rd, we fail, all of us as a government. Not these parents or these teachers. We fail, we legislators. And if we go back and tell them, no teachers, oh, we did it, we opened your school, now go in there and teach with that mold because the superintendent said it's okay. And because we allowed the director of public health to bypass every sanitary rule and every variance requirement and open it anyways. Maybe we should all be indicted.
Senator Sabina Perez supporting Terlahi's firm stance, saying GDOE has to stay the course.
This is a public health emergency for our community that is attending school, our professionals that are there, our administrators. This is a public health emergency, and we need to take it head on like we did with the COVID health emergency.
The debate continuing on the session floor with the decision still up in the air.